Hello and welcome to June. It is June. This year is shooting by, and with another month comes more free Unreal Engine content. Now, I'll leave the link in the description, but yeah, this month's not bad. I'm not entirely sure whether I think it's as good as last month. I've yet to really dive in to the full details of this. But yeah, you can find the link as I'll leave it in the description. And the first one is modular low poly robots. Now, if we take a look at this one, what you'll find is there's loads of parts. And with those parts, you can just chop and change to your heart's content. Which is really good for like fast building and being able to create lots of little variations. Does it say how many combinations? Sometimes they tell you how many combinations. No, it doesn't, but I'd imagine probably a lot. So, yes, this has multiplayer support, which is very useful. I mean, to be honest, with this kind of thing, it's modular, so I can't see why it wouldn't have multiplayer support. Improved stability on movement. Oh, okay, movement and things. So it must come with blueprints for pre-built robots. Improved wheels. Minor fixes, path driving component. Okay, there we go. Does it have? Yeah, suitable for strategy game. Yeah, I would imagine that this is more primarily a strategy game. Though you could, in theory, say take one of these, blow it up to be a bigger size, and then you can use it as an actual vehicle. You just have to possess it. So I mean, I suppose that could be what you could do with that. But yes, modular low poly robots. If you want to see more specific to this, then leave a comment down below. I don't know why I closed that. I'll have to open that one again. This one, Pro Instance Tool plugin. Now, yeah, is this worth a plugin? I don't really know. I'm grateful because it does save work, but I'm not really sure how much I personally would use this. But yeah, it is effectively just placing items around those set things, so you can scatter items, you can place around in circles. A pass or a spline, you can get a spline and then it will, yeah. So I'm not entirely sure how much I would use it, but I suppose it's a good one to have because then it saves you having to code the logic for spawning these items on a spline, which is not too difficult, but any time I suppose saving is helpful. Self-explanatory unified settings. Yeah, good job. That's the only other thing is depending on how it's run, is how it deals with its draw calls and stuff like that. So yeah, I might have a look into this one, see if I can figure out how they would do that. I imagine it would probably be C++ written then, just exposed to blueprints. Yeah, it's a number of C++ classes. Yeah. Network replicated. Ooh, okay, fine. That'll do. Yeah, there's not really a lot to show. If you would like to see how that actually works, I can download that and install. Again, leave a comment down below if you want to have a look more into this one. Stylized Forest is the next one. It is sort of Breath of the Wild's style grass here. I'm assuming the same for the trees. It's been a while since I've actually played Breath of the Wilds. So yeah, I mean it comes with a fair amount in here, which is fine. 8 plants, 10 stones, and 18 tree, log, branch / stumps. So yeah, I mean it is what it is. It's another free foliage pack. If you've been collecting them over the years, like I have, you probably have quite a few of these now. But have them all on different styles. So I think the last one was low poly stuff. Time before that was realistic, and then it just keeps on going. So if you're going for a specific style, pun intended, then yeah, this one is always going to be useful. And as you can see, it's quite easy to create an entire sort of landscape out of that. Does it conclude the path? Because he's got a path here. I don't see it here. That might be something you might have to look into, but yeah. So that is the stylized forest. If again want to see more of that, just let me know. This one is quite interesting. Why did I open the image? I don't want to open the image. I want to open the link. Thank you. And this is sort of like a full blueprint, as it were, for a story adventure. Comes with menus by the look of it. An interaction system where you can pick up items. More item looking. Some photo stuff. I'm assuming sleeping. That's a very provocative pose there. And yeah, simple inspection, 2D, 3D. Nice talking system. Yeah, so the main thing is for the focus, and then you've got like journal entries and inventory system. And cinematic interactions as well. That's not a bad thing. So yeah, this one is quite a big one. And if you're looking to do a game purely on story, like what's that game? Heavy Rain. Then yeah, this is a good template for, at least certainly a good starting place for your content. I don't know how much work it would take to get this working for your own stuff, or how easy it is, but you'd have to then, you know, learn the blueprints that they have provided and be able to learn a subclass and everything else. There is documentation for this, which is apparently on a OneDrive, but it does come up with a reasonable amount of information on there. So yeah, that is also free. If you'd like to see more into that, same as before, leave below. Underground subway content. Everyone likes dark, dingy looking corridors and things. They are coming. Yeah. Okay. So this is quite a feature-packed looking thing. I don't notice so much how many of these assets are being reused. It's difficult to tell. Yeah, you get quite a few assets with this one. And it looks fairly well. There's all these normal maps and all other kinds of maps. Yeah, they look fairly well modeled, which is always good. 150. Yeah, that is quite a lot. And 30 pieces of modular for the infrastructure, for the walls and ceilings. Graffiti and decay decals. Now that is something you don't see very often in these packs. Usually you see lots of assets, but you very rarely see decals in there. So that's always good. They're all collision automatically generated. So depending on the item, you'll obviously want to be careful, because by default, I think collisions using simple collisions, which will end up just being a square box really around it. You may have to up the collision to more complex collisions so it fits more tightly to your item, but that's all dependent on what you want to actually do with it. So yeah, if you want to see more of these, or you want to, I'm assuming it comes with a sample Does it come with a sample? It doesn't say, or at least I can't see whether it says it comes with a sample. But usually they come with like a sample level of how to lay it out, how to use it. So if you want to see that, then let me know, and I will get on that. And finally, the permanently free collection is the easy building system. Now, I'm in the process of actually writing my own one of these, so this came as a sort of slap in the face, really, for me to get a move on. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is how to do player building during your game. It comes with a whole bunch of assets, and it is apparently multiplayer supported. So, you know, if you're a big fan of like Night of the Dead or any of those games that include building aspects or destruction as well, or Valheim, which seems to be all the craze, then yeah, this is a fairly straightforward building system. It looks fairly square. The assets, I'm not entirely too sure whether they line up correctly, so they may need adjusting, but I'm assuming you can put your own stuff in there. But yeah, foundations, triangle foundations, ramps, walls, door frames, window frames, fences, triangle walls, roofs, ceilings, triangle ceilings, stairs, doors, windows, door locks, codes, placeable objects, and wall placeable objects. So yeah, it comes with a lot. It's got a claim system. So again, I can't remember which games have claim systems. Certainly with their build stuff, but I'm assuming for like multiplayer purposes, then at least that gives you the aspect of saying, right, this is mine, that's yours, you can't touch it. It's got a save and load system. Now, again, that's something you don't see very often built into these free content packs. Is, you know, oh yeah, it's got this easy build system, but it's never usually how to save and load that. So that is very good information to have. Grid build support, if you're doing a game like, say, The Sims, you know, where it's all stuck to a grid. You got repairing, upgrading, removing destructions. It actually takes into account the unevenness and height of the landscape. Now, usually the way you deal with that is foundations, and usually the foundations, they're misleading, because what you end up having is effectively a flat plane, and then you either model in very long legs that stick all the way through the floor, so no matter how high you go, they will always be level, or you use a spline to automatically just go down straight to the floor. So I'm assuming that's sort of what's done here. I'm not entirely sure whether that is for the standard walls, so I'm going to just assume at this point that's the foundations. But if you want to see more of this one, then let me know. This has a lot of messages. It's got 27 blueprints, so they've managed to do this in 27 blueprints. I do not see any C++ mentioned here, which kind of makes me think that this is all done. Is this all done in blueprints? Making use of subsystems, which is useful. Oh, and it also contains an example multiplayer based on in Steam, so that's interesting. Yeah, check out our new survival system. Well, that'll interest some people. Anyway, yes, get back to the free stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much all that is in this pack. This easy build system is a highlight in this pack for me. I think I will be taking a look into that. Underground subway, I'm always up for free assets, because, you know, even if you don't use the walls, I mean, all the boxes, bottles, that kind of thing, they're always free, you know, useful to use. The third person story template, that's another big one, because that really is a feature complete sort of template on how end-to-end to do a game. You just got to provide the content. So they've made that really easy for you. That's quite nice. Another foliage pack. I've got so many of them. I'm less too worried about that, but it is a nice foliage pack. So don't get me wrong. This is a nice pack. I've just got so many of them now. Pro Instance Tool. I appreciate the work on that. That is quite useful, certainly with the different styles and different things. Me personally, I don't think I will use that much, but I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that will use that. And then the modular low poly robots, that's always a good one to have, certainly if you're doing strategy games like Command and Conquer or the likes. Or what's that other one I'm thinking of? Oh god, it's gone right out of my head. That's really useful. Good timing. I'm just looking up to my shelf to see if I actually even have it. Supreme Commander, that's the one I was thinking of. Get there in the end. But yes, that is all of those. If you need to find them, you go to your marketplace on your launcher. You can go to free for this month, and it brings up this one. Now, the other one for the building, usually they appear like in the top of the list, but I actually had to search for it because I couldn't find it. Oh, there it is, page 2. So if anyone's not finding it on page 1, it is on page 2. I've already got it, so that's why it's not highlighting for me. But yeah, you just click on those. There's not enough of them to cause any limits with your cart, because I think the limit is 50 items in your cart. So yeah, just add. Go to your cart, purchase. It'll say purchase for free. Yeah, done, and then it ends up in your library. So yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. I know I was keeping this one short because I've got work in a minute. But thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more, obviously feel free to hit that like and subscribe button for me. And if you've got any questions on Unreal Engine that you need shown how to do something, or at least shown how to do something specific, then let me know. The only one that I've struggled with is proper pawn replication to the same standard that the character blueprint does. That's one that I've struggled with, but that's probably about the only thing I seem to have struggled with at this point. So yeah, if you want to learn any more, just let me know and I will look to do that. So bye for now. Bye bye.